give a minute to go to the audience, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Give me a minute. Pop my.
Alright. Letting some people get on. Production's only like 5 minutes behind, but that was my fault because I was ordering shocks for this. Fingerprints on the glasses.
Oh, I didn't bring my purse so I can clean the book for you.
It's alright, I got this badass Project hoodie. By the way, my fucking projects are fucking badass. Way better than them other piles of shit. Race Jack Solutions. I gave him something to bitch about. I get it on a live feed. But by the way, I'm gonna sell those Race Jack Solutions, but you take them as is and replace that cylinder yourself. But I'll make somebody a hell of a deal on them. Hey, if you tell him you bought them from me, he'll probably make them right and give you a new cylinder just to keep me from fucking saying anything other shitty about him. Huh? I didn't buy with a pump, but I'll include a pump. That's people.
Yeah, you get about 300 people's.
Alright, new NPK rules. This ain't a joke. This is the real NPK, new NPK rules.
Make sure they can hear you.
Can you guys hear me? You guys respond so Stacy can read it and see if you can hear me.
Yep.
Okay, so NPK rules. Since they've been blessed and I've been allowed to release them, the body. I'll read these and then Stacy will post them or post a link that you guys can go read. But
And when we're done, you guys can ask questions.
yeah, and when you're done, you can ask questions about this deal. That's why I'm doing this one live. Must use a, and we're building shit on the frame table, so there's gonna be some noise in the background. Must use an all steel OE body, including doors, fenders, and trunk lid or hats. OE Corvette bodies are allowed. The following are the only non-OE production exterior body panels that may be non-metal bump materials, and that's the bumpers and hood. All windows must be made of safety glass with the exception of pickup and El Camino Ranchero rear windows. An OE production grill or exact replica for the body's year, make, and model must be used and cannot be blocked from the front. Stock reproduction or replica front and rear bumpers are required. Rear bumpers are not required on pickups. Deck spoilers must be of OE design for the year, make, and model of the body. Front air dams or splitters must be of OE design for the year, make, and model of the body. The body may not be altered from the stock shape. No chopping, no sectioning, no narrowing or pinching, no stretching, no sloping of the nose, no relocating the front wheel opening, no quarter panel moving or reshaping, no wheel toes protruded outside the stock exterior body line. You can't have a stretch wheel well opening, but you can't modify the fuck out of it. The body may not be altered from the, oh, I already read that part. Must use stock floor pans from the firewall to behind the driver's seat. Stock floor pans are defined as those with original contours in the original location, made from the original material. If you put aftermarket floors because they were rusty or something, we all know what this means before you guys nitpick everything to death here later. With original contours, original location made of the original metal and welded into the rocker panels and firewall in the original location. Flat steel non-OE floors are not allowed. Floor pans may be notched for subframe connectors, roll cage tubes, or transmission clearance. Spare tire wheels can be cut out and filled. Widened or fabricated wheel tubs are allowed. Interior must have driver and passenger seat with a fully upholstered interior. Must use stock dash structure. Uh-oh, having a sound problem?
Mm-hmm.
Interior must have driver and passenger seats and fully upholstered interior. Must use stock dash structure. May not have the driver set back past the stock location. Must use the stock or the chassis. Must use the complete stock frame or subframe from bumper to bumper. Subframe connectors, tubular transmission cross members, and bolt-in tubular cross members are allowed. Rear frame rails may be notched and boxed for tire clearance, but must be in the stock location. Must remain structural as intended by the OE manufacturer. That was bitchy. And may not be supported or reinforced by non-original methods though a custom upper shock cross member that spans from frame rail to frame rail is allowed. May not use a roll cage design that includes the use of a funny car tight protective structure around the driver. Engine may not be set back past the stock firewall. No modification allowed that can be considered body dropping or channeling. The body must not be lowered over the stock frame rails. All right, front suspension. Front suspension may use aftermarket components, but they must be commonly available from a recognized manufacturer, and they must bolt into place on the stock frame. Minor welding as instructed by the parts manufacturer is allowed. Non-stock strut conversions are prohibited. Aftermarket or fabricated front suspensions or front clips that replace the stock frame rails forward on the firewall are prohibited. And if you don't know what prohibited means, that means you can't run it. Rack and pinion conversions are allowed. The rear suspension may use aftermarket components, but they must be commonly available from a recognized manufacturer, and they must bolt in place on the stock frame in the original pickup points. Minor welding as instructed by the parts manufacturer is allowed. Damn, my nose keeps itching. Bolt in or weld in parallel 4-link ladder bars, non-stock Watts links, non-stock wishbones, and non-stock track locators are prohibited. Panhard bars may only be used on cars that were factory equipped with panhard bars and must be located in the stock brackets. The rear suspension must retain stock concept. OE leaf spring cars must use leaf springs. OE coil spring cars must use coil springs at stock location. OE triangulated 4-link cars must use a triangulated 4-link. OE torque arm cars must use torque arms, and so on and so forth. Rear coilover conversions are only allowed on vehicles that were OE equipped with rear coil springs. Coilover conversions must be commonly available from a recognized manufacturer and must bolt in place to the stock frame. So, before anybody starts this bullshit of saying it's because I have a G-body, that's not the case. It's because of the Mustangs and a whole bunch of cars that had coil springs. Besides, I took a bunch of different rules to come up with these by different racing deals. Relocated shock mounting points are allowed, and the mounts may be custom fabricated. Typical mini tub techniques such as relocating leaf springs inboard are allowed. Weld-in rear sway bar kits are allowed. IRS to solid axle conversions are not allowed, and the only exception is Mustang Cobras that came with stock IRS may use solid axles if a stock Mustang triangulated 4-link suspension is used. Oh, I got.
I'm gonna sing during this commercial break.
Yeah, you can sing during the commercial break. That mustache is itching my nose, is what it is.
What's
Wearing me out.
Don't get it twisted. It's not coming on.
Huh?
Don't get it twisted. It's not coming
Fuck,
on.
it can come on. I can start shaving it right now. There we go. No itch.
No.
Rack and pinion conversions are allowed. The tire, wheels and tires, 27 or 275 60 or a 28 10 5 DOT tire. DOT tire. Engine, LS, LT, Coyote, Gen 2 and 3 Hemi, Godzilla, J2Z. And guys, I know exactly what I'm saying when I call that what I call that. I know a JZ2 and a J2Z, but I think it's funny. When I said I didn't know what that was, you guys didn't catch that. I've been making fun of that ever since. Okay. Engines must be based upon cylinder block architecture offered by an OE manufacturer for the use of production line passenger cars. Altered bore spacing is prohibited. Stock deck height has to be stock deck height. Billet engine blocks and cylinder heads are prohibited. No intercoolers behind the firewall. Fuel, no methanol, no dual fuels. So you can run pump gas, you can run E85, you can run race fuel, whatever you want to do. But you better have enough capacity in that thing, because when we do the other part of this that I'm fixing to do, you're not going to be able to refuel the car. Lenco type transmission is prohibited. Minimum race weight. Race weight with no cargo must be no less than 3,200 pounds with a driver. Cars must be able to drive a minimum of 50 miles with no stops for refueling or cool down, and or sitting idle in lanes for up to 30 minutes. After each round, cars must be able to immediately return to staging lanes for second round within 15 minutes of last pair. Must be able to run back-to-back round without cooling down or refueling. So it may be one of those deals, we run first round, everybody runs through, 15 minutes after that last pair, you have to make your pass, be back in the staging lanes. This is all up for how this is going. There's the possibility you're going to make a fucking hit, come back down that return road, park in the fucking staging lanes, we do the chip draw for the next round, and you get after it again. So, there's your rules for the new NPK class at NPK. So, take some questions. If they have questions. Otherwise, I'm going to get back to work. And you guys can't multiple fire these questions because they'll just get lost. No question? How many people do you have?
There's almost 1,000.
Okay.
Do they apply to Kai Kelly, and will they be enforced?
They apply to everybody.
How do you feel about the rules?
Well, since I wrote them, I think they're fucking awesome.
That's right.
Of course.
Are you running in the new class?
Yes, I am running in the new class.
We will post these on the page.
Yes, I will post them on the page.
Who's going to tech the cars?
Our tech guy. They're going to be teched.
10.5 or 10.5W?
See, it clearly says 10.5. That's why I guess I got put in there non-W. Because can you get a 275/60 W? Nope.
Charlie K. Copeland wants to know if he can get a do-over.
Who?
Charlie K. Copeland.
Hey, you didn't want none of it the first time. You fucking sure don't want nothing the second time.
He wants to find out again.
Yeah, you're the reason I put that sticker on the back of one of that Nova that says "fuck around and find out." And these rules, guys, I put a lot of thought, and it's taken me a month to come up with these because, and here's the thing, my Chevy 2 that I like to race the most, it's not legal. This class is for you guys that are working your asses off through the week, putting what extra money you got that the wife will let you fucking do, and build a car and come be a part of NPK. It's not an invite only deal. It's none of that. And there should be 500 of these cars within 200 miles of every racetrack that we go to. I'm still talking to them about, there's going to be a trophy, which I think is fucking cool. There'll be a trophy for the winner of each race. I am trying to see if we can do 100% payback.
Will the rules be enforced, and are they, something about cages, cool. Are they enforcing cages?
Okay, I don't understand what that means. Do you have to have a cage? You have to have all the, how did that get off here? You have to meet the safety requirements for the ET speed that you're going to run.
Will there be a champion?
Okay. So, what I propose today, this is all on me, guys. Whether this fails or succeeds is all going to be on you guys getting behind it. This is for you guys. I love the idea of racing this. And I am going to race that Buick, and eventually, I'd like to have a Coyote car, a Hemi car, and an LS car, and switch the cars and race all three of those type deals, just to try to help boost this. I think this could be the biggest fucking thing that we've ever done with this, because this involves my fans. You guys are all working guys that love fucking hot rodding, and that's what this is supposed to be about. This is also supposed to be about to get that younger crowd up in there. What you laughing about?
Oh, your boy Chris wants to know if he can drive the Buick to lunch when it's done.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, Chris, said just open your mouth, you can haul it to every racetrack since I have to haul the race car.
And buy lunch.
And buy lunch. Hell yeah.
We determined earlier, this girl likes to eat.
Absolutely. So, guys, that's what you got to understand. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm in NPK. I'm going to be at every MPK, whether I got a car or I don't have a car. But I'm going to race this class because I believe that this is basically, guys, this is the same along the same lines of what we did on the street show that all of you fucking loved. So, but this gives all of you a chance to do it.
Any rules about parachutes or wheelie bars?
Do what?
Any rules about parachutes or wheelie bars? The guy that jumped on kind of late.
There will be no wheelie bars. You know what? You missed a page on this. But I mean, you know what? If you think about it, guys, you got to be on DOT tire. So, and this is why we're doing this live and doing the questions, because there's some of these missing that's been asked.
Okay.
And I don't know if I wrote them on a different pad or what, but you know, they're parachute. Hey, I'm not gonna fault anybody for putting a parachute on your car. If your car runs the mile an hour that you require one, you'll be required to one. But wheelie bars, no.
Who's gonna make the final decision about this class actually happening this season?
No, don't get it fucking twisted, guys. This class is happening. It's done. The powers that be told me to release the rules. They're all for this. They fucking love the idea. I mean, I got off the phone with Sam today and he said release them. Let's get people wanting to do this. This isn't it may happen, it may not happen. It's going to happen. Hopefully you guys don't make me look like a fucking idiot when I'm telling them this is what our fans want. This is what our fans want to be a part of. This is what our fans also want to see. And fucking 10 cars show up. They didn't even put a limitation on the cars, which that shows how fucking much behind this they are. Because I said, well, so what am I limited to on cars? Because if you guys been to an MPK, you know time is of the essence. Sam told me, he said, you're not limited. I said, so if I have 100 cars show up to the season premiere, they're all going to race. We're going to finish this race. He said, fucking absolutely.
How many power adders are they allowed to use?
You know, we're gonna limit this to one power adder. Now there is an NA class too. There's a naturally aspirated class and there's a power adder class. But here's the thing, guys. We don't want this to get out of fucking hand. The whole idea is to keep guys that's got a fuck ton of money going out and spending, you know, $100,000, $200,000 fucking dollars to come win this class. I want you guys to race this class.
Does the car have to be NHRA certified?
No.
Does Ryan's 69 Camaro fit the class?
For sure it does.
Fall into this class.
Huh?
Fall into this class.
His 69. I think he has a billet head on that car. I'm not for sure.
Is this going to run on the same day as the big tire MPK cars? Saturday.
Absolutely. Guys, they give me a lot of latitude with this because they want to see it successful. They want to see you guys show up. They want to gauge it. This may be the next big thing. I think it will be. I truly do. I'd love for the season premiere 200 fucking cars that fit these fucking rules show up, and we make a statement and show them, hey, this is what we fucking like. This is what we want to see.
Is there a fuel cell regulations?
You better have enough of a fuel cell to make that drive, because that drive may be 30 miles, it may be 50 miles. You may have to sit and idle in the fucking staging lanes for 30, 40 minutes, but it will, one way or the other, it all depends on time allowed. I want to do the cruise thing. Because, I mean, of course I want to do the fucking cruise. I want us to all drive our fucking hot rods right through the middle of fucking town and show everybody what kind of fucking cars that we're out here racing. But if you show up with a 5-gallon fuel cell, I promise you, you're going to fucking run out of fuel. And once you run out of fuel, whether it's on the drive, the idle, or whatever, you run out of fuel, you're out. Period. You won't get a refund. You will not race. This is for street cars, guys. Oh, you know what? There is a lot of, there's a whole page missing, Stacy, because the exhaust is not on here. So let me clarify that right now. And these rules, there's a page missing evidently, because you have to have full exhaust on these cars. So twin turbo cars with exhaust, no side exit exhaust, you have to have exhaust to the rear end of the car.
What about a trans brake? Are they allowed?
I don't care about trans brake.
Does it have to have a back seat?
No. Here's why. So this class is to get, I'm not gonna lie, guys, this is also to fucking pull in the crowd that we don't have at these races, that's racing, but not getting involved. Turn that off, Brantley, and stop. Get right over here and sit on the tailgate, young man. You cannot leave shit alone, dude. What's wrong with you? Now, Brantley distracted me. If you distract me again, son, you're gonna put your nose in the corner.
Does the catalytic converter have to be on?
That's just a stupid ass fucking question right there.
Oh, is it? Oh,
That's just a dumb ass fucking question. There ain't no, it's not on you, Stace.
Oh.
Whoever asked that question, that was a stupid fucking question to be relevant. No side exit exhaust, guys. It's got to have exhaust all the way back to the rear end.
does the cage have to be certified?
At this point in time, let's let that slide.
Okay.
We're still held by the racetrack's rules, guys. So, we're still held by their rules. You have to meet the safety. That's the other. That's part of what's on that page. You have to meet the safety requirements for the speed or the estimated speed that you're gonna run. I tried to get it quarter mile. I got shot down on that. They said, we'll start it out at eighth mile. If it's serious and there's enough people involved want to do quarter mile, we're going to be open to that. But it's going to be, that's what I wanted to do. But that's one of the things I got shot down on.
Any idea what the entry fee is going to be?
It's going to be a reasonable one, guys. Because like I said, this is all about you guys. Whether you believe that or not. If you don't believe that, you're on my page, you need to get the fuck off my page. Because you know I'm all about my fans and all about you guys that support us. So it's not going to be a $500 entry fee. You know, I'm thinking somewhere along the lines of $100. Because $100 and I'm going to get them to do 100% payback. I want to get some money added to it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off.
DOT glass or Lexan?
DOT glass, all safety glass. And the thing is, I want to do something depending on what the size is of the class. This is not going to be, you have to make this many races. This will be per racetrack, that race. But, and they said they're up for it. I think we take the winner of each race or the top 5 guys or whatever, and we have a championship race that somebody takes away. You know, we take the fastest guys and put them all at the season finale. I don't know. This is gonna happen. Period. But all the fine details aren't worked out.
All-wheel drive cars like the Trackhawks
Are not allowed.
And electric cars as in the Teslas. Some good questions, make you think.
That does. Well, hold on. All the Teslas are all-wheel drive.
Oh, okay, then that kicks them out.
I believe. I may be wrong about that, but no, there's not going to be no all-wheel drive.
Track bars for leaf springs.
Track
Or does
bars.
that mean a traction bar? I don't know.
Well, you can have cow tracks, or you can have anything that the manufacturer. And here's the deal, guys. If you're on my page and you're on this live feed asking if the rules will be enforced, you should fucking know, being me, they will be fucking enforced. They won't be cheap. Nobody's gonna fucking cheat this class. Trey, very fucking sharp on these rules, very sharp on the tech shit. And this is a simple deal because time is going to be of the essence. I can't get hung up. If the amount of cars that I would love to see show up, we can't get hung up at tech arguing bullshit. These rules are non-fucking negotiable, guys. You show up with a car that breaks those rules in any way, and the thing is, this is going to be an easy deal to tech. Just look underneath the front of the car, look underneath the back of the car, pop the hood, look, and you're going to know whether you're in and out, but you're going to be out if you. There's no exceptions. If I ruled 3 of my cars out of this class, and I have to build a whole nother car to fit this class, you can bet your ass I don't break rules.
Okay, can you run a DOT bias ply drag tire, 2811-516? It's smaller than a 2810-515.
Okay, and I know exactly the tire you're talking about. Here's the thing, guys. I didn't do the go no go gauge, but if that tire is 28 inches fucking tall and it is 10.5 inches wide on the tread, that's what's going to be allowed. And it could be a bias ply. It has to be a DOT tire. That's the big thing. It has to be a DOT tire.
Stock front frame rail in front of the struts.
Stop, what? You have to have the factory frame rail all the way to the front. So if you're talking about a Mustang that's had the front lobbed off, like the red one we're doing over here, and got a tubular member on the front, absolutely not. You will have to have the stock frame rail from the front bumper to the back bumper. See, I zeroed my fucking gold car out of this, which would be fucking killer in this class. Because one, I got a chrome moly bolt-in subframe. I have to build a car for this class to meet all the criteria. Instead of taking cars that I could take and do really well with, like my Chevy 2 or like the gold car.
Bolt-in K member.
Bolt-in K members are allowed. That's another thing that's off here. Thanks.
Okay.
We must be missing a whole sheet. What's that pen? Writing it down so we can put these in.
Tried to catch the relevant questions.
What was one of the other? Oh, full exhaust.
Carpet. Is carpet required?
That's part of a full interior, guys.
Gen 1 small block Chevy in or no?
Nope. Out. Big block Chevy. Out. Small block Ford. Big block Ford. Out.
This is all about swap. LSLT.
I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I'd love for it to be everybody showing up with a Mustang with an LS or a Coyote or any of that, but no. I mean, this is about the late model powertrain.
Stock fuel cell.
Do I?
Didn't hear the rule. Is stock fuel cell tank allowed, or do you need a fuel cell?
No, you can run the stock
fuel
tank.
Yeah. Battery in the trunk.
Hey, here's the thing. That goes into safety. Your battery can be in the trunk or it can be in the front of the car. It just has to be tied down.
What about diesel? No diesel.
No diesel.
Hell no. We will post the rules as soon as I find that missing page.
Yeah.
Leaf spring car or truck limited to leafs.
Do what?
If it's leaf spring car or truck, are you limited to leafs?
If it came out with leaf springs, you will have to have leaf springs. If it came out, it's stock suspension, guys.
Carbon fiber interior. That must be blasting at people.
That must be what? If you want to put carbon fiber door panels on it, more power to you. But you better have the stock floors.
Let's see, what was that other question? Pro Street late model, question mark?
Pro Street late model. This class This covers late model cars. This covers old cars. You know, the pickups can run in it. I would love to have enough pickups show up enough times that I could put a truck class together. But right now, guys, this is all I'm allowed. I got NA class and I got Power Adder class.
No stick shift class right now, and
Well, no, they can run a stick shift,
No,
but there's
a
not a
stick
stick
shift
shift
class.
class. Guys, there's two classes, NA and Power Adder. You guys want more classes? Show the fuck up in force. Because if you guys think we can't reshape everything about this deal, you're wrong. It's all going to depend on what the fucking fans want to watch and how much participation we get.
where's that other one? Carb. Is there a minimum, maximum HP or ET?
No, not this time. Nope. The ET, I mean, you show up with 3,000 horsepower. The limiting factor is going to be the suspension and the tire, and the drivability. That's why there's no methanol allowed.
So it has to be an old car with new late model engine, or can you run the cars these engines came in?
Absolutely not. That's why I did not restrict it to that. You got a Hellcat, that's why I didn't do the back seat rule, the red eyes and shit like that. No, this is late model powertrain, not late model car, not old car with late model shit. Don't get me wrong, I think that would be a fucking cool class. But then I get to thinking about Jim Smittinger and you know, AJ Burgeon and these other guys that have these late model cars that they come and they don't even have a class to race in.
So if it's a Mustang, it can't have a small block Chevy in it. It has to be the Ford motor.
Guys, I don't care what the engine, what make or model of car or engine you have, as long as it is an LT, LS, Godzilla, a late model, the Godzilla, Coyote,
J2Z.
J2Z.
Modified stock frames such as G-body frame notch allowed. Factory bumper supports, then bolt to frame have to be stock.
No. Any kind, mini tub. The notching rules are in effect. So you can notch the factory frame, you just can't remove the factory frame. And I know where that question's coming from. If you've got the aluminum supports and shit like that on your bumpers, like mine does, doesn't matter. You have a 3,200-pound minimum weight with driver. And honestly, I was gonna make that 3,600, but I got to thinking about a lot of Fox body guys that would be out, because at the end of the day, you can't add more than 200 pounds bolted in weight per NHRA, per fucking NHRA rules. So if the racetracks are enforcing that, you can't bolt 400 fucking pounds in it. So that's why I made it 3,200 pounds.
Thank you to you guys who are jumping on here and answering some of these repeat questions. I appreciate that.
Yes. If your question, if you got a good question that don't get answered,
Well,
give it a minute, let a few people out, and then post it again. Because if you guys do them back to back to back, one, I'm not going to answer if you're doing that and tying up everybody else's time.
well, some of the other guys are jumping on there and answering if it's already been asked, and they just
oh,
didn't catch
okay,
the
well, that's
answer.
cool.
So yeah, that's cool, and I appreciate that. Firewall manipulation allowed or no?
No.
Okay.
And guys, this is something I'm doing for you guys. So if you're sitting here asking a million questions that these basic rules covers, because it fucking covers it. Everything's covered right here as a basic rule. Trying to nitpick or trying to manipulate or any of that, you're not gonna race. You show up with a firewall that's been fucking hacked back, not jumping on the firewall guy, but for instance, say stock firewall location, and you show up with a fucking engine scooted back and you got this big fucking notch and you say, oh, I did that for distributor, I don't give two fucks. You won't be allowed to race.
Can you use methanol for an intercooler? Methanol injection, I guess.
No. No, because if and guys, I wish I could allow that, but once I allow that, then the no methanol rule, guys will turn around. My silver truck, 20% of the fuel system on my truck before I switched it over to a Dominator was done with the methanol injection. So it's very easy to turn around and say, I got methanol injection. Hell, I've got a methanol injection that'll support up to 1,500 fucking horsepower that Travis Quillen made for me that I had on the twin turbo Vet. So no, methanol is not allowed, period. What? Shaking your head. Dumb questions? Guys, if you got dumb fucking questions, take them and shove them in your ass. I don't have time for that. This is for you guys. Show some fucking respect and don't ask stupid ass fucking questions.
It may not be dumb to them, but the question is, are twin turbos considered one power adder?
No, that's not a bad question, Stace.
Oh, okay.
Yes, twin turbos are considered one. Sorry, that was a good question. Yes, twin turbos are, and don't get me wrong, guys. If this class starts running away and it starts to involve money, I'll put limitations on to knock the money out of it straight the fuck up. But you put twin, still a big part of this limiting how fast these cars are going to go is going to be based on that stock suspension, that DOT tire. Huh? Okay, questions are dying down. And guys, my email address, if you got a car that you got in question, I mean, come on, be realistic about it. But because I still got a bunch of people, I've looked at your stuff and I haven't had time to respond because, like I said, I've had this and this deal going on, and I gotta get my ass back down to Texas to work. I stayed today so I could do this rule list or this rule release. You know, my email is, what is it? James at outotimemotorsports.com. You can send an email if you got a car that's in question. They haven't released where the racetrack's going to be. Some of the racetracks that we did last year, of course, you guys know that we do every year, they're going to be there. When they get their schedule completely figured out, of course, that'll be released. But this is not a you have to do every one. This is not an invite. But, don't think that there's not going to be something cool at the end for all the guys that win is my plan.
And these classes are going to be ran throughout the whole schedule at every
race.
Every race.
Unless cars don't show up.
Yeah.
Which I just honestly can't see that happening.
Yeah, well, the beginning of the season will dictate the end.
Yeah, that's right. It truly will, guys. If you show up in force, there's you show up. We show up with 100 cars at the season premiere. I promise you, all the powers that be is going to go, what the fuck? You're right. This is going to be cool. I mean, they didn't limit me on cars, guys. They limit every class on cars, and they did not limit me on this class. So they want to see this thing work. They think it's a cool idea too. And there's other shit coming further down the line that can't speak of, but it's a big fucking deal. It's going to be a big deal, and this class will be involved in that big deal. I'm not saying that if this turns the way I think it will, you guys will be surprised at how much leverage this class can have on NPK and on everything having to do with the Street Outlaws and beyond. All right, guys. Those of you that asked questions, that had good questions, hope I answered them. You understand there are a few things we need to note on these, that we got a page missing about the safety and stuff like that. We will get that. These rules are not 100% all inclusive of anything that, like you guys brought up some stuff that I got to look at. So they'll be evolving, but they're not. It's not like it's going to change. These are the basic rules. These basic rules are not going to change. So, are we good, Stace? Gonna call us a wrap?
We can call it a wrap because it's past my TV time.
Oh yeah, what time is it?
6:30.
Damn, I'm about to miss getting my shots, ain't I?
Oh, yeah.
Or did I?
No, it's only 4:30 there.
So,
Oh, yeah,
bam!
I didn't see that.
Fishing gonna be busy on the strizzy. Had to dust the beast off.
I know. All right. Thank you guys for jumping on. We appreciate you.
And by the way, Keith Copeland, don't fuck around and find out, boy. You won't put it back in retirement.
I'll get him a big poster he'll have to sign. I won't just send him a meme.
Oh yeah.
I'll make him a T-shirt.
Oh. Yeah, because I mean, I'm not coming to play. I'm coming to fucking kick some ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm bringing the fucking. I'm not even bringing the fast truck.
True.
I'm not bringing the fast truck, but I can bring the fast truck. Fuck around, and find out about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm out.